get involved. Confused how to submit a lineup on Sorare data. Did I miss your Celtic 11? We'll get to right, okay. So this Saturday, guys, right? This Saturday, we are going to Celtic Park. I'm going with FPL General, Mark Patrick Rare from the Sorare Odyssey, and everyone's favourite whale, McBride Ace. We're going to be going to Celtic Park to see Celtic at home at Aberdeen this game week. Now, we will have a look at the official predicted 11 that we've got here on Play Sharper, and I'll kind of give you my 2 cents around that, because I do think with Celtic not having midweek fixtures, the Celtic team is relatively easy to forecast coming into today, I think. And it's not too hard to argue against the predicted 11 we've got here from Russ. So Celtic look to be playing Joe Hart in goals, a steady back four of Alistair Johnson, Cameron Carter-Vickers, Carl Starfelt and Greg Taylor. I think this will be the midfield that we go for. Aaron Moy, McGregor and Rio Hatate. And with it being basically confirmed at this point that Kyogo is not going to be fit to make this match, I think Dyson Maeda comes in as a pseudo forward ahead of O, and he'll be flanked by Abada and Jota. Now, I think the percentages we've got here on probability are quite accurate. 60% on Moy, 40% on O'Reilly. I make that a very good barometer. Abada being 50% against Maeda on the right is probably quite a fair coin toss as well, because Maeda maybe does go out to the right wing and maybe we do play O out in the right-hand side there, so through the centre, I beg your pardon. So I think Russ from Sorare Scotland Sorare, who's done the predicted 11 here, I think he's nailed it this week. I think he's absolutely knocked it out of the park. That's what I would go for. The probabilities are all bang on. I maybe would put a 20% under all of these for like Forrest or Haksabanovic, maybe. I do think Abada will play, but like I wouldn't rule out like Forrest or Haxa. I wouldn't rule it out, you know, so entirely. So do not see them there. It's maybe the only thing I'd add in, but I think this will be the team for the weekend. And for me personally, I'll be going to Celtic Park, and with the new 2 seconds, guys, sorry, something's glitched on me here. I'll be going in with these new prize pools, guys, where it's getting really exciting. I'm going full Celtic, I'm going full safe, and being at the game, honestly, guys, for any of you that have got, by now with the Premier League on, if you've got cards of the team you support, there's nothing better I've ever done in football, honestly, with maybe the exception of coaching and stuff, you know, of being in the stand, having a team, having your team and having a team of those cards, and everything's firing and you're firing up the leaderboard, you know. And that's not every team, like obviously, like Celtic obviously score a lot of goals or whatever, but I've had that with Celtic even when there was only like one card, but before they were licensed and we only had that Jota card and whatever, you know, so like, that, but you know, that part, that connection of your team and having your player in it, there's nothing like it, and especially when you're in the stadium for it, it just is beautiful, absolutely amazing. So I can't wait for the weekend. It's going to be an amazing weekend, I'm sure. And along with this super rare team as well, guys, coming into this weekend. Before this, and again, we'll come to it separately, right? But before Sorare changed the prize pool to give out even more cash places, like look at this, the top 10 now, over basically €400. I don't know what that is in dollars, maybe 450 in pound, about £400, all the way up to 500 for top 5. Podium pushing up to as high as 1,500 is huge cash payouts. But prior to all that happening, I was going to go full Celtic and have a little bit of a strategy change, in the sense that I was really looking at a lot of these cap divisions to be like uninhibited kind of all-stars, and I've kind of chopped and changed my divisions around a wee bit, but I've actually went back to All-Star Pro with, you know, I know Dyson's going to start my Joe Hart and whatever, just because the prize pool change has been so different. But I was going to try and get a full Celtic team out to play in cap 270, I beg your pardon. But the way that, and again, I was going to have this exact team was not going to be any different for All-Star Rare. But again, like Taylor, Rio, Captain Jota, Wirtz and Marshall, good fixtures and all the rest of it. Huge prize pool, huge payouts, you know. And All-Star for me, like I was just kind of done with regions, and I was just thinking, do you know what? I'm just going to play All-Star Rare, and then the caps are just going to be like not quite training versions of my All-Star League, but like watered down versions, or like not as important versions, if that makes sense. So for the Celtic guys this week, they populate so many of my teams, and depending on what limited team we build for the Road to Glory series, we've got a Rio Hatate, we've got an Abada, so you guys in the community could be winning a card, you know, from my Celtic Limiteds as well, which would be great for this game week. So, you know, it's going to be a great one. It's going to be another great kind of Sorare on tour, as it were, and I'm